Yo, what's going on everybody? My name is Ryan, I'm a CPA, and today we're doing another episode of CPA Reacts to all the bullshit that's going on the internet. Deep in the tax season here, sleep deprived, super tired, but here we are anyway. Hope you're doing well. Alright, so the first one we got today, it reads, I was able to take advantage of a deal with my business credit card, charge $15,000 in 3 months, and receive a bonus of this many points. I have that same opportunity with my personal credit card. Can I transition my personal card to be a business card for 3 months to take advantage of that offer without risking commingling of funds? I'm a sole proprietor, thanks. Okay, so if you are truly just a sole proprietor, then I would say this is probably okay to do as long as you still keep your, you use it as the solely business credit card for this time period, then that's okay to do. Now, if you're an LLC, if you've incorporated or formed an entity in any way, like if you formed an LLC or a corporation or a partnership, then this is an absolute no, you can't do that. People might say that you can, like it doesn't matter, but it actually matters because if you formed an entity, an LLC, you need to get a credit card or a checking account or whatever. It needs to be under the LLC's name and EIN in order for it to be fully legitimate. This is not a tax thing. If you talk to any attorney, they'll probably tell you the same thing. If you want to protect your personal assets, if you don't want the courts to pierce the corporate veil, then you're gonna have to do everything legitimate. Don't cut corners here. Don't try to cheap out or be lazy with your business. Run your business like a damn business. Don't go half-assing everything that you do, okay? So in this case, he's a sole proprietor. He's okay to do that. If he happens to be an LLC or corporation partnership, then he should get an actual business card. Hello everyone. Tax question. Can firearms be considered a business expense if you store inventory in your home? Okay, first of all, are you selling drugs? Like why do you need a gun to protect your inventory at home? But to answer your question, no, in this case, it's not a business expense. Okay, I know there's businesses that need to hire like security guards and maybe they need to have their own firearms and stuff, but it's at like their business location, at like their retail or like maybe it's like a nightclub or something. You have inventory in your home, in your personal house, okay? That's a personal space. Having a firearm there is not ordinary and necessary. Sure, maybe something you have inventory for is more valuable, okay? But even so, you should not be using deadly force to protect stuff, to protect property, like inventory. So maybe a security system, maybe some cameras is necessary, but you still have to, that's all part of the house. You have to kind of take it as like a business use of home deduction rather than a fully business, like a straight up business expense, okay? So a gun here in this scenario is very gray, and I'm gonna lean on no on this one because you're storing inventory in your home, not at a place of business. You haven't hired a security guard. I think you just wanna get a gun and find some way to write it off on your taxes because you're a cheap ass. So that's my opinion. I just had an IRS person say, I'm not discussing anything with you. I don't care what you saw on Facebook. This is the IRS. Do not call us back until after 21 days. Okay, this post was made on like a tax refund group where people help each other figure out why they're not getting their refunds. And you know what? I just empathize with the IRS agents talking to this person because this person is probably like, well, I saw on Facebook this guy got his refund in 21 days. I saw on Facebook this guy got it in 4 weeks. Well, this IRS agent literally like doesn't give a damn what you saw on Facebook. We're processing what we can. All right, so the IRS probably gets some of the dumbest questions that has ever existed with taxes, no doubt. People calling in asking dumb shit about what they saw on Facebook. So yeah, I would stop calling the IRS, referencing Facebook or social media for your reasons of why you should get a refund or for anything else. You should not do that. You should even reference YouTube. You don't reference my channel even. When you're calling the IRS, they don't give a damn about my channel. I'm a CPA, but they don't care. Okay? Call them with actual like, hey, where is this Where's my refunds? We filed, several weeks ago. We just want to know where it is. And don't say anything about Facebook because they will get annoyed with you, I'm sure. Okay. They're understaffed. There's a backlog of several millions of tax returns from 2020 that they still haven't processed. So I know they're hiring more people this year to try to get through that backlog, hopefully by the end of the year. This next one comes from a tax preparer Facebook group. So this is a group of tax professionals asking these questions for help from other taxpayers. And that I gave you that context to kind of show you how scary this question is. I have a customer child that was born on January of 2022. When I include her, the ODC box is checked and her refunds went up almost $5,000 since the child was born this year. How is she getting all this credit? Well, idiot tax preparer. They're talking about 2021, by the way. If the child was born in 2022, you don't put him on the tax return. It's simple as that. I don't understand. It's hard for me to understand how a professional who's preparing taxes is asking such a stupid question like this. It frustrates me. It doesn't take much to become a tax preparer. I think you take a little short, workshop or education from the IRS. You might have to pass a little exam with the state, and you can be a professional tax preparer. It takes a lot more to become an enrolled agent or a CPA. And don't be fooled there, though. I've seen some really, really stupid things from enrolled agents and CPAs. The folks that you see running around those franchise tax places, those are just tax preparers. Most likely not enrolled agents or CPAs. But, just because someone's a tax preparer doesn't mean that they are good at it. I mean, this shows right here, you can still lack the very basic fundamental understanding of tax law, even if you're a tax preparer. So when you're, looking for a tax professional, like people say, you should hire a tax professional. It's not a blanket thing. You definitely do your research, definitely make sure they're good at what they do. I've also found that, tax preparers that have been doing this for a long time may be a victim to being a crappy tax preparer because they might be set in their own ways, or they might not have followed up with the tax laws. We as CPAs and enrolled agents do have to every year take 40 hours of continuing education, or at least CPAs do. I don't know how many hours the enrolled agent needs, but 40 hours a year. That means we have to keep up every year with tax law changes. Any regular tax preparer, I'm not sure if they have to do that. If they do, it's definitely not 40 hours worth per year. If you're seeking professional help, make sure they're good. I'm not going to blanket say, hey, you need a CPA over all the other things, because some CPAs don't know what they're doing. Same with enrolled agents, they don't know what they're doing. So just make sure that whoever you're looking help from is really good at what they do, okay? It's not just about entering stuff from a tax form to a tax software. It's not just data entry. You have to apply the tax law, because sometimes you have to know where to go to make little adjustments, to override the software sometimes. Or sometimes, CPAs or tax preparers or EAs, they just listen to their clients. Whatever their clients wants, they'll just report it. And that is not how that works. The clients usually would know less than the tax preparer. A good tax preparer has to push back and let the clients know, no, you cannot do this. That is nonsense. Okay? So be wary, be careful when shopping for a tax preparer. This next one is also from a tax preparer support group. If a taxpayer worked from home due to COVID but received a W-2, can they claim utilities as a deduction? If so, what form would the deduction be placed on? Okay, so as a W-2 employee, you used to be able to claim, home office expenses as an employee, as a W-2 employee. It would go on your Schedule A. There would be this other form that kind of breaks down the square footage of your home versus the square footage of the office, and you would take that ratio and, you get to deduct your utilities, your HOA, and all that crap. Well, under the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act, enacted by Donald Trump back in 2018, that went away for W-2 employees. So now only, you know, self-employed people and certain military folks can take advantage of that home office deduction. Okay, that means that this law has been around for 4 years. This tax change has been around for 4 years, and this tax preparer is still asking this question: can a W-2 employee take that deduction? And the answer is no, at least federally. There are some states that don't conform to that rule, that you can still take the deduction on some states, but like federally, that is, nope, you can't do that anymore unless they're military or they're self-employed. And this person says that they are W-2, didn't say that they were military, so we're gonna assume that they're just dumb and don't know what they're talking about. Lots of things happened in the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act. Yes, we did get lower tax rates, we did get higher standard deduction, but the employees, the people who work for W-2 jobs, they did lose a lot of their benefits in terms of tax benefits. You know, you used to be able to claim mileage too on your Schedule A as a W-2 employee. You can't do that anymore. So people who are, you know, in sales, who are driving a lot, taking clients out, usually don't get reimbursed by their employers. They usually would just claim their mileage and these unreimbursed expenses on their tax return, and now they can't. So it's a huge bummer there. But this change will only last, I think, until 2026, where it should revert back to how it was before. All right, so that's all I got for today. If you found this video helpful or entertaining, please smash the like button. And if you're new here, please do consider subscribing to my channel. I'd really appreciate that. And yeah, I'll see you next week. Take care for now and stay safe. I hit the function, hit the rose till I hiccup. I hit the stage and leave with money that's a sticker. She picture perfect, so I told him I'm a flicker. Feel I'm in the mood for a change up. I leave the city and return with my change up.